Florida Rider here, folks, coming to you from Gloucester Gap here, right next to the Art Loeb Trail. We are going up those stairs and then straight up Pilot Mountain. It's in the mid-60s, maybe low 70s up here, and it's very damp, so we decided to not do the whole run. We don't want to mess around with hypothermia, not on 18 miles out. But the road isn't too bad up here. I mean, I managed to make it up in a Saturn view, so if anybody's wanting to do this particular hike, it's not bad at all. This is Florida Rider, and I'll see you up the trail. Florida Rider here, coming to you from the top of Pilot Mountain in North Carolina. We're just over 5,000 feet above sea level, just under a mile. We just did about 2,000 feet elevation gain up from Gloucester Gap in about 3 miles, and it was definitely worth it, even though you can't see more than 200 yards out here for the fog and the clouds. We are literally in the middle of a cloud. And this was a wonderful trip, and thank you, Jeremy, for being willing to do it. I'm really glad that we did not do the 18-miler today. My foot is a little iffy right now, and I'm sure that I'd have been dead after the 18-miler. I'd have finished, but I'd have been dead.
Oh, we wouldn't have made it back by 1 o'clock.
No, for sure. 3 miles an hour through this terrain,
that's impressive.
It would have dropped off to about 2 by the end. Coming to you from the actual John Rock here. We got ourselves Medicine Man and Poof and Fire in My Bones. Down in a view down there. That right across the way there is Looking Glass Rock. That's the fish hatchery way on down there. And you got to be very careful coming in here because this rock is slippery as all heck. You slip and fall, you are done.
We'll be there.
Florida Rider here, folks. Coming to you from Linville Falls. This here is the spring that Running Feather was telling me about. This one right here. There's an orange tape marker there. I'll make sure that you get a photo of that as well as it being in frame here. As you're coming up the road from Sitting Bear, it's on the right-hand side, headed towards Hawksbill. It's between Sitting Bear and Hawksbill, which makes for good landmarks. And it comes straight out and pipe out of the mountain here. Florida Rider here, folks. Coming to you from the Hawksbill Mountain Trail. Just parked the car, reassembled my pack in a different configuration because water is so plentiful out here. I left the Camelback at home. And I resupplied on water a little ways back. I'm sure that I have that in the video somewheres. I also shifted food around and swapped out my maps. I had a bad moment back there because I'd thrown my map case that has my compass in it underneath something else. I thought that I'd left it all the way back at John Rock for a moment, which would be, you know, not my finest moment. Anyway, it's a gorgeous 72 degrees out here right now. Feels warmer because I'm going uphill and it's humid. But 72 in the summertime, in the middle of July, yeah, I'll take that. It is not raining currently. Clouds are threatening. And it was definitely misty up at the peaks of the mountain, so I'll probably be in a cloud by the time I get to the top. I managed to dry out pretty much all of my clothes from the John Rock hang by putting them on the defroster in the car. For those of you who have a working defroster, your car will smell like socks, but it works. Florida Rider here, folks. Anyway, coming to you from the Linville Gorge, Big Ditch in North Carolina. You're looking almost due south from where this camera is at Table Rock over here. That is Table Rock behind me, which is socked in behind clouds. Most of the fog seems to be coming up out of the gorge between the saddle here and on down to the road. I'm going to try and find me a route where I can get on down into the gorge a little bit and find me a campsite for the evening. It's about 5:35 right now. I want to find a site by about 6:30. So if I have to, I can bail back to the car by dark. This is Florida Rider, loving the view. Signing off. Florida Rider here, coming to you from the Linville Gorge. It started to rain, so I've pulled out my poncho and thrown it over the pack. It's not raining particularly hard yet, but if it continues to increase the way it has, it's going to be pouring in a few minutes. About halfway down Hawksbill, I found a trail junction here. I'm going to see where this leads. We'll see if I can find a viable campsite. I mean, theoretically where I'm standing right now would do, but it'd be a little less than private if somebody comes on up Hawksbill that way. We'll see. Right here, folks. Coming to you from Linville Gorge. I just came on down from Hawksbill Mountain in that direction. I'm about 45 minutes from the parking lot, and I found myself a campsite. It's actually the second one on this trail, and it doesn't look like this trail is particularly well used past the first one, so I'm going to give it a go on camping here for the evening. I'm going to do a quick setup video for you and show you how I do that. If it's not pouring rain, my all-in-one Black Bishop bag comes off of the back first. There are two straps, 8 foot in length, that are holding it to the pack. First one goes up. Goes around the tree and back through the loop. Tightens on down against itself. And a mini beaner comes off of my collar here because my kilt doesn't have any pockets. Do a quick Marlin spike hitch. Put the beaner through. Turn it around so the spine of the beaner is towards the tree. And tighten down. I then pull the strap through the beaner like so. This allows me to hold the whoopee sling in place better than it does with just a toggle. Helps prevent the whoopee sling from falling off when there's no weight in the hammock. It gets repeated on the other side. My all-in-one Black Bishop bag contains my hammock, my bug netting, my insulation, and any spare clothing I have. And usually my headlamp. It depends upon how late I intend on getting into camp. But the advantage of this is that it'll keep pretty much everything inside fairly dry even if it's raining. The head end goes up first. Goes over the knot, not the toggle, and then gets clipped into the beaner. Flip it back over and tighten the beaner down against the whoopee sling. This prevents the whoopee sling from falling off of the knot, hitting the toggle, breaking the toggle, and dumping me. Then the foot end goes up. And gets the same treatment. Oh, how in the heck did I manage to do that? Somehow, I managed to put an overhand bite in my whoopee sling. Never had that happen before. It would, of course, be when I'm trying to do this for everybody to show how I do my hammock. There we go. Here comes the rain. Oh, Jack Pump shut up. Fabric gonna work out better. Can't believe I managed to do that. It picked the wrong 30 seconds to rain on me, and this is a lesson for everybody setting this sort of thing up. If it looks like rain at all, put your tarp up first. This is Florida Rider, being an idiot, signing off. Let that be a lesson to you kids. Make sure that you set up your hammock after your tarp if it looks at all like rain. I'm going to show you how I do the undercover on this because that's the only thing that's going to keep me warm tonight. My poncho liner got a bit wet. The undercover is going to have to do the job of being a vapor barrier tonight to keep all that stuff from in there from evaporating off of me into the air underneath me. We'll see how it does. Fortunately, I've got about 4,000 calories more than I need in my bag there. So if I need to, I can eat a lot of it tonight and stay warm that way. It's going to be a pain in the butt though. See how wet this is? You know what? This is one of those moments in your life where you have to make the call on what is safe to do. It is 7:05 right now. It's going to be dark in an hour and a half. It's 45 minutes to the car. I've only got a half a liter of water on me. The nearest water source that I know of is 45 minutes away. I'm not going to be able to make more than a couple of hot drinks out of that. This is where you either decide to bail or you become a statistic. And I'm not going to become a statistic. The gorge is going to be able to be here when I get back to it. There will always be another time. This is Florida Rider talking to you about staying safe. It's not about being gutsy. It's about making sure that you make it home alive.